What if I told you that you could increase your sales win rate by following just 4 simple rules when writing a proposal response? Hi, my name is Kristen and I'm going to teach you how to write a knockout proposal. Whenever I'm writing a tender response or even creating a proposal template, I always follow the 4 C's. I want to make sure that the information is correct, compliant, consistent, and compelling. Having correct information in a proposal response sounds pretty basic, but too often out of date or incorrect information can sneak into a proposal response simply because databases haven't been updated or the right subject matter experts haven't been consulted before the tender response or the proposal has been submitted. To get around this, having an up-to-date database is always important, and having the right tools and templates to make sure that the right people are signing off on the information before it goes to the client is critical. Next, we want to make sure that we submit a compliant response. And by that, I mean that we're following all of their evaluation criteria, we're answering the questions clearly, but also we're providing the detail that they've requested in their questions. And by that, I mean we're offering a simple yes or no. We're providing detail, describing, explaining. It's so important to follow those instructions in the questions because those are little clues as to what the customer is expecting in your response. Of course, if you're not sure about anything, it's always important to go back to the customer within the eligible time frame to clarify those points to make sure that the answer that we're providing is really compliant. The third C stands for consistency. It's important to have consistent branding throughout the document, and that can be through the look and feel of the template, whether it's through the use of styles, fonts, graphs, colors, and charts, but it also relates to the voice of the document. It doesn't matter if you have one person writing the response, if you have 10 stakeholders. I've worked on tender responses that had over 100 people involved. You've got one brand, you need to have one voice because you've only got one opportunity to win that business. The fourth C, and my personal favorite, is it needs to be compelling. We need to answer those questions straight away to make sure that those people that are ticking the boxes to make sure you have a compliant bid know that you've answered and that you can meet their objectives. You need to be convincing. Provide evidence, provide testimonials, case studies, quotes, statistics, awards, anything that shows that you can live up to your promises. And I'll give you a little tip. One thing that I always tell my sales team is that we need to include something that the customer didn't know they needed to ask. I'll say that again. Tell the customer something they didn't know that they needed to ask. What I mean by this is there could be some technology changes, industry updates. There could be something happening in your market that the customer may not know about, but could change the way that you provide those products or services over the course of the tender period, which is generally 3 to 5 years, and in some industries up to 7 years. So by telling them something they didn't know that they needed to ask, you're providing insight, you're showing that you have the expertise, and you're willing to go outside the box to really help them meet their objectives long term. So there you have it. Those are my 4 C's for creating knockout proposals. You need to make sure that the information is correct, compliant, consistent, and compelling. I've been able to increase win rates with sales teams that I've used these 4 C's with before, but perhaps you have your own tips and tricks. If you do, and you feel like sharing them, or if you have any questions, please feel free to include them in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching.